Yes, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, bringing you the second part of my playthrough of The List. So if you watched the first episode last week, well, thank you for watching. And you will know then that The List is a detective game. It's a full motion video style game. We're looking at clips of an interview from somebody taken 4 or 5 years ago, a guy called Jordan Grady. It's a cold case that we're investigating. We're trying to uncover the mystery. I won't say too much in case you haven't seen the first episode. In case you haven't, do go and check it out. The link will be popping up here right now, but we're going to get into it and hopefully we can make some progress in finding out what happened to the poor guy. All right, so got my notepad in front of me, got a few things noted down. Also, it was a good thing that, I recorded the first episode, went through a few things, and then there's a few things I want to look up that I maybe missed out on the previous time. But when we ended the last episode, we just kind of had this revelation and this bit of a change of mood in the game when he started talking about the president. And then he mentioned a ex-girlfriend or ex-fiancée. He mentioned the place Cambridge. So that's where we're going to start today. We're going to investigate what went on in Cambridge. Let's see what that brings up for us. Okay, that's a bit disappointing. Okay, just the one thing. Okay, so I'm going to go back to asking him about the president. Let's see what he says. Do we get any more clips? Yes, we do get one more. Let's listen in.
And those words stuck with his son. And years later, his son became president.
Okay. Right. They're not off to a great start. That didn't really tell us anything. So let's look up son. He mentioned son. Let's get into it. So that's brought us up one new clip.
Last time I was there, she said it wasn't too late for me to change. That she wanted her son back.
Talking about his mother then, I see.
Actually, the last time she recognized me.
Okay, so maybe that's the, maybe his mother has. So let's look up mother, see if we get anything out of that. Yep, a couple of new clips.
My family. Only got my mother.
Okay, that's interesting. That's something worth investigating too.
I was on my way to see my mother. I would have, at least. Been a while.
Okay, let's go American English. Mom, does that bring up anything else? It does.
Mom still lives at home where I grew up, so that would be Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix, new place. Let me note that down. We're going to come back to that later.
Yeah, my dad was from Sheridan. Lived there his whole life until my mom showed up one day. After I was born, they eventually moved back to my mom's old place.
Okay, Sheridan, we got another place mentioned.
I have. Oh, not really. When I was little, my mom would read all kinds of stories to me, and that was one of them. It was 2 books, actually. For some reason, everyone thinks it was only one.
So something about stories and books might be worth investigating that a little bit more.
No. I was not driving to go see my mom.
Which contradicts what he said in one of the previous clips. Right, something to get to the bottom of.
Yeah, I basically grew up with just my mom. Strange, having 2 people, always telling you different things, what was right, what was wrong.
Okay, so we probably need to ask him about his dad as well. There's a few things to go over here. So let's see what dad brings up. A couple more clips.
My dad died a few years ago now. He had cancer, so...
Right, dad died of cancer.
I have another story for you about my dad.
Oh, and we just got an email. But we need a password. Right. I guess we're gonna have to find out the password of Detective Jackson.
End of the day, I wanted to be like my dad, strong-willed, say what I really feel.
Okay, so obviously didn't have a great relationship with his father. He mentioned his dad died of cancer. Does he mention that anywhere else? Yes, he does.
The cancer was taking him over at that point. He was moments from death then.
Right.
Because in
Anything
the
else?
end, it was the cancer that killed him, not another person.
Okay. Wow. A very short clip, but I think a lot to read into that. It was the cancer that killed him, not another person. Which would suggest to me that another person killed him.
It was a metaphor that America had a cancer, and it needed strong men to tear it out.
Right. I'm thinking about this password now. Right, so we've got something going on with his dad. Something that killed him. Right. Anyway, let's backtrack a little bit. Phoenix, that came up as a place name that was mentioned, and we've got a couple more discussions of Phoenix as well.
I was never driving to Phoenix. You're crazy.
Okay, right. Driving. I'm going to ask him about driving in a minute as
In the
well.
morning, I was to go to the airport. Fly out directly from Phoenix to New York.
Ooh, New York. Right. We want to ask him about New York as well.
When I was on my way to Phoenix, I guess it was to say goodbye. She's sick. Not like... She has dementia. It's doing her in.
Okay. I figured that out from the previous clip. Right, so what are we going to go for now? Let's try New York. I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. Okay, good. We've got a few mentions of New York here. Let's see what he says.
To New York? You got any evidence of that?
Okay, it sounds like this guy's been accused of going everywhere. You're going to Phoenix, you're going to New York, you're going to San Jose, right?
No. Yes, years ago. Last I was in New York, I was 12 or 13.
Okay. All right, so he's been there on holiday. I've been to New York once. I was probably 12 or 13 at that time as well.
Yes, I am aware that Cindy lives in New York now. I'm sorry, but can we step back a bit to the I'm a criminal thing?
Oh, Cindy. Who's Cindy? Right, we're going to have to ask him about that in a moment.
Why do you care about New York so much?
Well, because it's turned out to be a bloody good clue, that's why. Cindy. Right, we've got some clips here. Could this be the name of the girlfriend, fiance he was mentioning before?
Cindy Simmons.
Okay,
I was
well,
hoping
thanks for
she'd be
clearing
one,
that up.
But we had a breakup.
Okay, Cindy Simmons. Right, we'll do a search for the full name shortly.
I met Cindy in 2013, so my second year at Harvard.
Harvard. Okay, I think that's new. Don't think we've mentioned that before.
Yeah, Cindy and I are on good terms. Nothing wrong now.
Okay, good. Nice to know. One more clip about Cindy.
Cindy did. She really did. I don't know why.
That literally told me nothing. Right, Cindy Simmons, you said. Cindy Simmons. Do we get anything different? No. No, that doesn't bring up anything else. Simmons itself. No, nothing. Right, so we mentioned Harvard. Let's ask him a bit more about that.
Harvard University. Class of 2015.
Okay, we mentioned some dates here. Maybe I should be mentioning the dates in as well.
We met at Harvard. It's a match made in heaven. Both of us. Completely inseparable.
Right, that was a bit of a dead end. Okay, so we know, so there's this woman, Cindy, we met at Harvard, who now lives in New York, but he says it's got nothing to do with her anymore, so he mentioned a breakup. Let's see what we get about that. No. Okay. We've already watched that clip. Now, I noted it down earlier. He mentioned his dad was from a place called Sheridan, so we've got one more clip. Good stuff.
Well, I was born in Sheridan, but we moved when I was really young, like 3 or something. I only visited a few times a year.
All right, so a bit more family background. Right. what do we do now? So we've tried asking about the president. Now, he did mention in the previous episode about going to a concert. It didn't really follow up on that. It's in my notes. So let's see what else he has to say about it.
I was promoted not long ago, actually, which is why I was going to that concert. I was going on a week-long vacation, and when I returned, I was going to be promoted. So next week, I'm going to be handling a lot more paperwork and generally be more involved with the senator's affairs, leaving the communication stuff behind. I'd have an actual decision-making role now.
Okay, so that was Dulvine. We mentioned Dulvine before. Senator, what else does he got to say about that? No, that's it. Just the one thing about the senator. So, promotion. Oops. Let's see what he says about the promotion. No. Okay, I just looked at the clip again. He said promoted, not promotion. But anyway, that does bring up one more clip.
I know I was just promoted, but I don't actually know Dolvine. I'm not involved with event planning and day-to-day work for a Senate, and I won't until I start next week.
He's a special agent.
What?
It's very common.
What? What's going on here? Okay, that was weird. Yeah, they mentioned... That was a bit of a distorted voice, but they mentioned something about special agent. Now, I can't look up two words at once. So let's look them up one at a time. We'll start with special. Doesn't bring us anything. Agent. Doesn't bring us anything. Okay, that's weird. And it's whenever we find out stuff about the Senator Dulvine that weird stuff starts happening. Now, he mentioned about having a pin for the senator on his bag in the previous episode, so let's investigate that further.
After I noticed my pin was gone, I freaked out. I looked back up at Doe, and he was still looking back at me.
Doe? Right, he's never mentioned that name before. He's always been he. He was looking at me, he followed me, and things like that.
I thought still must have just been in my mind, and I was paranoid. But then I saw my pin was gone. It was still there when I left, so I knew something was wrong.
Right, Doe. I'm going to ask about Doe. And I'm thinking detectives, John Doe, unidentified body. See what else Doe brings up.
A memento, the coin thing Doe had.
Ooh, that's new. Coin. Let's note that down. Coin. Memento. All right, good. I think we've got something here potentially.
Freshened up. When I returned, Doe was sitting across from where I was.
Okay. Yeah, he's told that before in a previous interview.
No facial matches still. No one's identified him. Fingerprints gone. No DNA. Nothing. So Doe was just a mystery. Doesn't even exist.
Interesting. I'm gonna ask about the coin first. See what else we get.
I don't recognize this. I have no idea what this coin is for.
John Doe. Does that bring up anything else? Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's why I saw John Doe.
Okay.
All right. Can I ask if there's been any updates on the case? Any idea on who John Doe was?
Okay, he's asking the same thing that we're asking.
I know my rights. I'm not required to talk to you anymore. I never really was either. I was almost killed. You're supposed to be investigating fucking John Doe instead of coming up with a fucking conspiracy about me.
Oh, the music's changed again. And there's the mention of conspiracy.
I'm positive. The guy outside my window had to have been John Doe. There's no way it was two different people.
Right then. Window. That's come up before.
No. I never saw him before until that night. I'm sorry. Have you still not found out who he was? If you know anything about John Doe, I want to know.
Right, so we've definitely made some progress there. So there was a photo. photo they wanted him to look at. Okay, we've got an extra clip.
Yeah, that's him. Is this photo from an autopsy?
Alright, I'll bite. Autopsy it is. No. Okay. That didn't bring up anything else. Right. There was the window. The mention of the window. That's come up quite a few times.
There was a huge clap of thunder. It made me jump, so turned away for a second. Looked back at the window, and he was gone.
Classic horror movie stuff. Right, what else
Sat
have we
down.
got?
After a while, I noticed somebody was watching me through the window.
And one more.
Right there. That's when I first saw him standing out the window. He's just out framed, but that's when it happened.
Okay, the name of the game is The List. He was looking at a piece of paper. Maybe it was a list. Let's see what we get. Ooh, juicy stuff, juicy stuff. Alright. Let's see where this takes us.
There's a list, right? My name was on it.
Interesting. A list with his name on it.
I don't know why I was on his list of people to kill. That is what it is, right?
Right, so names on the list on John Doe.
The list? I have no idea what that's about. I already told you that. Because what you're saying makes no damn sense. This list has nothing to do with me. Okay, it does, but like, that has nothing to do with what you're accusing me of. I can guarantee that.
Interesting, right. I keep getting distortion at these points as well.
Can you tell me about the list, please? And how the hell you've come to this conclusion?
Alright, let's go with names. We'll start with name. Okay, we've got a couple of new clips. Alright, let's watch them.
And what's with new guy over there? What's your name, detective?
Right, we don't know.
The only name on here I recognize at all is James.
James. Right. Definitely asking him about
A
that
hit
next.
list, yeah. No shit. Everyone's name is crossed out but mine after someone tried to shoot me. Great detective skills.
Okay. Getting a bit of sarcasm. James. Do you recognize the name of James?
No, I'm saying I've met a James, but not this James.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, this is the same place James worked at. He was really into it. We haven't talked since I left the Boston area, but we weren't that close to begin with. But anyway, this isn't about him.
Boston. Let's look that up. Nope, nothing new. So, he knows a James, but it's not the James on the list. Right, gonna go back to Cindy. Cindy Simmons. Does he say anything about girlfriend? He does.
No, I'm not married or have a girlfriend.
Okay, great.
Asking about a girlfriend again, is that really important?
Yeah. Okay, let's ask about being married. Good, we got a new clip.
My parents had two very opposite views. Almost polar opposite, really. It's crazy they ever married. Maybe that's why they split.
Okay, not divorced, but divorced. That brings up a hit.
After the divorce, I never saw him as much. But I was able to see him time to time. Either he'd come down here or I would go up to Apsarica.
Apsarica. I hope I spelled this right. Okay, that's got us a couple of new ones.
Apsarica is beautiful, but I haven't gone back since he passed. Have you?
Why would he say have you? Like, have you gone back since my dad died? That's a bit of a weird thing to ask the detective.
You agree then, right? Apsarica is such a great place to go camping. I used to go there every time I was there, right by the Shoshone River. Great place for a kid to see the outdoors. No, you asked me, but you got any kids, detective?
Kids. We get anything here? We do.
I certainly hope that I don't have any kids.
Okay.
I don't want
Right.
kids. I never did.
And this clip we'd
You've ridden,
seen
right?
before.
Epsrook is such a great place to go camping. I used to go there every time I was there. Right by.
Of course. We'd literally just seen it. The Shoshone River. Nope, that's the only clue we've got. Right. Let's ask him about his relationships. See if that gets us anything? Yes.
Nope. We ended the relationship mutually. Well, there was a fight. But that happens in every relationship, especially a failing one. And it wasn't a huge fight or anything. Just an argument. Things are different after that. The relationship was rocky. Magic was gone. Barely ever spoke.
Fight could bring us something about his encounter with John Doe or about his past relationship.
Yeah, I did. We had a fight about it. What I made her do just for me to leave. This was maybe 3 weeks after the operation happened. I got my dream. She wouldn't get hers.
Right, I'm not sure what he's talking about there, but we will follow up on the operation. Okay, we've got a new clip.
Walsh. What is this, a 2-man operation now?
Walsh, that's the name of the other detective. Got Walsh and Jackson.
Yeah, I thought so too. Walsh just has me on edge. I didn't think I'd become a suspect of something unrelated.
Right, suspect. Definitely going there. No, okay, that doesn't lead us anywhere. Right. So we've got that it was Detective Walsh, Detective Jackson. Let's see what else we get from Detective.
I mean, you're the detective, right? Why are you asking these kinds of questions? Hey. I was beginning to miss you, detective.
Okay, bit of sarcastic humor. That's all we get. Right. Haven't looked at this before, so we've got case files here. So there we've got the gun. Alright. That's the coin. Is there anything we can spy on there? Some kind of inscription? Maybe we can ask about that. And then this is the list. Alright. Grady. So we've got a file on him here. Jordan Grady was assaulted by an unknown assailant at a bus terminal. We got the address. That resulted in Grady killing John Doe in self-defense. Grady claims Doe had been stalking him outside the terminal and approached him at gunpoint once the 9:30 bus arrived. Grady acted quickly, resulting in a scuffle, and in the exchange acquired Doe's forearm, shooting him 3 times in the chest, killing him. Multiple eyewitnesses reported the firearm was indeed Doe's, and Doe approached Grady. Okay, and then it's Detective Gabriel Jackson. Okay. Assault and homicide. Right. I think we've got a few things to go on there, potentially. Oh, we've got a final report from Detective Jackson, something a bit longer. It mentions the self-defense. He mentions his investigation. He had a chat with Grady at the bus station. He mentions having been stalked. Okay, eyewitnesses all confirm that John Doe pulled the gun first. No identification, unregistered firearm, and a list of names with Jordan Grady on it, so the attack was premeditated. Grady was in for questioning. Okay, we interviewed him 5 times. Learned a lot about Grady, but not much of it was useful. I know what you feel, mate. I know what you feel. None of us had a solid idea on why someone wanted him dead, so just some theories. An early morning 3 days later, Jordan Gracie was shot in the back of the head whilst leaving his home in Santa Fe. for Jordan. I was contacted by Santa Fe police, but we could not form a complete picture. Okay, they're not unsure where to go next. Case is on the back burner. Autopsy report on the body of John Doe. So this says gunshot wounds to the upper torso. Gunshot 1 was not fatal. Gunshot 2 was fatal, right for the heart. Gunshot 3 was non-fatal. Right, Dr. Javier Flores. Should we ask him about that? Worth a try. Didn't come up with anything. Great. Okay, I tried shot. Nothing came up. Tried shoot. We got something new.
Look. I obviously don't feel good about it. I didn't want to shoot anybody.
Okay. Attack. You get that? Yes.
You could be minding your own business, and out of nowhere, they'll jump you, they'll attack you, and I'll rip you to shreds.
Not sure why he was doing that voice. Okay, so I've just started trying some random high-frequency words. So look, we've got a couple of new clips.
Okay, so you think because there are rumors about my boss, that means I'm also part of these rumors. What are you even talking about? I pretty obviously don't know anything about that. Like, look at me. I don't know anything about offshore accounts, illegal money, none of it. Like, come on, man. You do realize how ridiculous this sounds, right?
Okay, we've got another lead to follow.
What kind of watching me? The entire time, making sure I don't leave this site.
Money. Let's ask him about the money.
Hey, get me off the hook here, and maybe I can do just that. Get some more money flowing through your precinct. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Okay. Probably not a good thing to joke about.
Money? You think it's about money? Oh my God.
Yeah, might be.
I'm not rich. I'm not poor either, but back then I had no money. We both knew it would be expensive, but Cindy, she didn't have enough money for herself. She would never survive.
Alright, criminals brought up a new word.
It won't make you say that. I am not a criminal. I don't have a record. Let's be honest, I'm nobody.
Right, so remember 3 words or more. So I just randomly typed in him. Let's see what we get.
I don't know. It's just one of those feelings. I don't know if you could tell, I could see him or not, but the way he stood, unmoving, directly in my line of sight. It was just off-putting. I kept my eye on him. He sort of stood there, watching me through the glass. But I eventually looked away.
Okay, so sticking with the pronouns, we've now tried them. Got a new
Yeah,
clip.
the wildlife down there is quite exceptional, mate. Like them kangaroos.
Right, so for some reason he's trying to do a very bad Australian accent. Let's ask him about Australia.
Like he was about Australia and all the wildlife.
Accent.
Sorry. I'll stop with my shitty accent.
Alright, so I'm going to wrap this up there for this episode. Do let me know down in the comments what you think I should be searching for next. What you think the keywords should be that are going to unlock some more of this case for me. I'm going to have a look. It's suggested in the guide that you review the clips in order as you unlock them, that it might reveal some things that you've missed. That's not going to make for a very exciting episode, so I'll do that ahead of the next episode, and then I'll be back ready with some more keywords to unlock what happened in the case of Jordan Grady. Do let me know what you think down in the comments, but for now, thank you very much for watching. I'm Dodgy Gamer. See you again soon.